Budget and scheduling, another really exciting topic, so let's talk about that for a moment. As you can see, you can set your budget in two different ways. We have daily budget, we have lifetime budget. According to Facebook, that's absolutely right. The algorithm doesn't like constraints. And therefore, Facebook recommends to set your budget to lifetime budget. So let's say you want to spend $700 in a week, then the algorithm isn't forced to spend $100 every day. It can decide to spend, let's say, $60 throughout the week from Monday to Friday, and then $150, $200 on Saturday and Sunday. Why? Because if the algorithm believes that you will get cheaper conversions on the weekend, it can allocate the budget differently. So it's not forced to spend about $100 every day. It can decide to spend less money throughout the week because conversions are cheaper or more expensive from Monday to Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday are cheaper, better days for you. So the algorithm can decide then to spend more money on Saturday and Sunday to leverage your existing budget. Now, if you're running performance campaigns, I recommend to go after daily budget. If you set your daily budget to, let's say, $100 or €100, the algorithm will not necessarily spend $100 every single day. It can spend $75 or $125. It can spend 25% less or 25% more of your daily budget. Why? Well, in order to account for those daily differences in campaign performance. So if the algorithm believes that, again, Monday, Tuesday are the worst days of the week, maybe the algorithm will spend 25% less on Monday and Tuesday. And if it believes that Saturday and Sunday and maybe Thursday are the best days of the week, days where you're getting the cheapest conversions possible, then the algorithm can decide to spend up to 25% more on those days. So please do not be surprised if you look at your data, if you look at your numbers, and then you see that you didn't spend $100 every day. You spent a little bit less on some days of the week, and then up to 25% more on other days of the week. Long story short, I recommend to go with daily budgets. The only question is, what should your daily budget actually be? Well, first of all, you have to know what your CPA is, your cost per action. So let's say your CPA is $50. Your budget should be 5 to 10 times whatever your CPA is. So if my CPA is €100, for example, my daily budget should be at least €500 or ideally €1,000 a day. Why? Because we learned that in module 1, the algorithm needs sufficient data to optimize. So the budget that you set should result in at least 5 to 10 conversions a day. So look at your CPA and multiply it by 5 to 10, and that's your daily budget essentially. Because again, if your CPA is $50 and your daily budget is $100, in the worst case scenario, your ad set will give you about 2 conversions, and that's not enough for the algorithm to gather sufficient learnings, right? So therefore, setting your budget to 5 to 10 times whatever your CPA is really important. Scheduling, I recommend leaving it to the default option. Run my ad set continuously starting today, unless you're doing client work or you know that your campaign, your ad set has to end on any given day, then you can select a start and end date, of course. Then we have the conversion window. We have different post-click or post-view attribution windows. I recommend going with the default option, 7 days click or 1 day view. There are some marketers who split test all the other options here, but that's not really 80-20. There's more important stuff that you should split test that will have a bigger impact on your campaign. So leave it to the default option, and that's also the correct choice because Facebook is just gathering more data here, especially with the 7 days attribution window. Bidding, something we are covering in a separate lesson. Last but not least, we have the delivery type. You can choose standard or accelerated delivery. I recommend going with standard. That's also the Facebook default option. So with that option, you're showing essentially your ads throughout your selected schedule. With the accelerated delivery type, you can show your ads as quickly as possible. This works only with manual bidding. So if there's a message that you have to push out to your market as quickly as possible, well, then you can work with it. But for standard CPA campaigns, you're not really making changes to the delivery type.